My name is Vinay. I am the CEO and co-founder of Bee. Want to talk a little bit about a huge problem that exists, which is that the majority of Americans today are fairly poorly served by the incumbent players. And so we think of this as something like half of Americans. 50%, you can think of it by wealth, by class, by income. But they're getting their services through the traditional brick and mortar. Almost all the digitization has happened for the upper half. And that's going to be the branch banks, the check cashers, the payday lenders, even the brick and mortar pawn shops and check cashers. And we see this problem, which is that almost all the innovators, which tend to be the early stage investors, the entrepreneurs, do not have a shared life experience with that bottom 50%. And so there's this huge bias in the community to solve the problem that you have yourself. And so the problems of the bottom 50% largely do not change. And so what happens? The majority of Americans today, even though this has been a problem for years, if not decades, still get products. They are too complex. They are too high fee. They're too slow. They're too inconvenient. Just kind of across the board, there are these big problems. So we're Bee. Bee is building a suite of financial services for low and middle income customers. We're starting with checking and savings account, but we think the suite has to have everything that a large bank offers to the mass affluent customer. Credit building, so customers who do not have good credit or who need to repair their credit can do so. Loans for people who have liquidity issues. Remittances for people who may need to send money abroad or even may need to send money within the US, but the current channels are very difficult. And so what we do is we are mobile first, and we are mobile only. Everything is mobile. That means you can enroll for the products on the mobile phone. We do all of our service on the mobile phone, and we actually cross-sell and have successfully gotten people to uptake secondary products on that mobile phone. And it's built by a team with fairly deep expertise in machine learning, and that is really the basis of what we do. So who is our customer? Our customer is really anyone who needs a safe place to store their money, an uncomplicated way to manage it, and just the basic tools to achieve a better life. And we think that's like 150 million Americans. It really is half of the country. And that's because people have common basic needs, even though they have a wide range of experiences. So we started about 2.5 years ago. We took a very high-tech, high-touch strategy that relies on trust to reach our customers. This is actually quite unique. We run in-person activity across a range of cities and states. But what we do is we actually deploy humans to low-income neighborhoods, and we sign up our customers for replacements for banking accounts, whether checking or savings. We've had something like 40,000 conversations over the past year and a half. We can enroll customers in about 15 minutes from when someone walks up to one of our kiosks. They can walk away with an app on their phone, a debit card in their hand, an account in the cloud. What we see is almost 20% monthly growth, and for every 3 customers we sign up, one of those customers will bring back a friend within 90 days. Because our product is so cost dominant, we can save our customer almost $250 a year just on cost reduction for checking and savings. And that really drives what's the most interesting thing about the company, which is in a typical month, one of our customers on their first month will save about $150. That is, they'll get their deposit from their job, they'll move $150 to their savings account, but by month 6, the average customer has raised that to just under $600. We save our customers so much money off of fees, but we also enable our customers to save their own money, and this is quite incredible. So we've had 15 months of improving growth. One of the most interesting things we see is even low-income customers overwhelmingly will get their deposits via some kind of direct deposit. That's often an ACH into their account and routing number, which we give them on day 1 and make available in their app at roughly minute 6 of the sign-up process. We also have an ability to, because we have multiple modes of deposit, find customers with wide ranges of income. But what's quite interesting is even when we have very low income customers, we still see overwhelming share coming from direct deposit. And as I mentioned, like we measure the impact of customer outcomes, and which each passing month, Bee customers will set aside larger and larger amounts into their vault, which is the savings product we offer. That is fundamentally because we have thought about behavioral design and how do we get those customers to, as soon as they're getting that direct deposit, move money over into savings to build a cushion. And then over 30, 60, 90 days, when those customers have unexpected events, or perhaps even semi-expected events, like your kids need new school supplies, or you want to buy gifts for your family at the holidays, or you have a car breakdown, that you have some cushion to manage that. And the thing we fundamentally do for our customers is we enable them to build that cushion with their own money. So where do we go from here? We are really accelerating our growth and improving our product suite, and want to make a couple of big announcements today in terms of the ways we've been doing that. We are launching in the next month a referral-based social channel so that as opposed to having to come to our stands in person, people can, for the first time, open full accounts directly from the mobile phones, not in any mobile web, but in the native Android or iOS that our customers actually have. One of the things we find really interesting is while there is widespread access to online banking, there are very few ways for customers who do not have either steady desktop or laptop access, or who have steady, like high quality mobile phones with high quality mobile web and connectivity and compute, to actually access those products. Until accounts are formally enrolled within the app, we do not think anyone has cracked that. And we will be offering that 10 minutes from download to full bank account and routing number. I think the other thing we're doing is we're going to be launching huge partnerships with national debt counseling agencies and consuls who can potentially bring these accounts to large numbers of customers. And we'll be doing that over the next year. The final thing I want to talk about is the ways in which we can uniquely offer credit because we have transactional data on our customers. Because we have full mobile relationships with our customers, we can actually offer integrated loans directly into the app at virtually zero cost of acquisition. With that, we can actually figure out what our customer's income is. I always think it's interesting when a bank relationship that you have asks you to attest your income, and you think back and it turns out that every dollar of income you've earned over the last 5 or 10 years has gone into that bank account, and the bank is still asking you. Banks have largely not yet integrated the transactional side with the origination of credit, and we'll be one of the first providers who look at actual income to figure out which are the best customers for loans. What is the bottom line? I think the bottom line is there's over half of Americans with common needs. B can serve this market well, and no one else has really innovated for the majority of Americans in a mobile-first way that puts aside desktop and laptop access and really does think about what are the actual devices customers have. They are not iPhone 6s Pluses. They are 2-year-old Samsung devices with cracked screens. And who is actually developing for that customer? Who is thinking about the customer who lives on a 30-day savings cycle and has to worry about next month's rent? Who is a customer who's getting paid on the 30th and rent is due on the 1st, and is thinking about the problem of how do we cash checks faster in a mobile world? We believe we are the company that can serve that population well, and are looking to capture a substantial share of the market and build the next big brand in retail banking. We're pretty excited about what we're doing. We are B, and would love to talk if you are also interested in making that a reality. Thank you.